We will be discussing self-disclosure and its relation to computer-mediated communication, as well as many facets of online self-disclosure. When we say self-disclosure, we are talking about what individuals publish about themselves and how that plays into their online image. We will discuss self-disclosure distinction between self-presentation, what are some certain influences and predictors of self-disclosure are, differences amongst culture and sex, and its role in relationship development, particularly their relation to professional world.
According to Chapter 9, Online Self-Disclosure, a review of research by Jin-Suk Kim and Catherine Dindia in Computer-mediated Communication and Personal Relationships by Wright and Webb, self-presentation refers to selectively presenting aspects of oneself to control how one is perceived by others and is concerned with impression management. For example, liking something on Facebook is a social act intended to others and presents that you should be regarded as something or not. So you like Forbes or follow Business Week on Twitter. You aim to be seen as someone who is informed and current member of the business industry. Self-disclosure refers to revealing personal or private information about oneself that is generally unknown and not available from other resources. So you post on Facebook that you loved your visit to the company headquarters. This does not take into account of your ideal self-image. It's important to know that self-presentation will always be a portion of self-disclosure.
We want to self-disclose to others because we want to reveal an ideal self. Some predictors and influences to self-disclosure are age, motivation, and culture. Although research regarding age's effect on self-disclosure is rare, age can be a predictor. Profile page creation on social networking sites is much more rapid among young people than older people. For example, 55% of teens are using social network sites compared to 16% of all U.S. adults. Social networking and the majority of internet use is mainly utilized by younger people because they are more familiar and comfortable with building relationships online. Since this is generational, it's becoming more important than evaluating a potential young employee. Motivation is another influence of self-disclosure. We self-disclose to fulfill needs such as interpersonal utility, pastime, to seek information, entertainment, self-expression, convenience, and especially professional advancement. We are all motivated by individual goals in using computer-mediated communication, whether to court someone or networking for that dream job. CMC Media creates a great setting for selective self-disclosure, which we consider when balancing our individual goals and what should be said. We are motivated to self-disclose, especially when we want to build interpersonal relationships. This involves initiating and maintaining relationships, both personally and professionally. Another predictor is what features and structures the website has. Consider how each social networking site facilitates differing self-disclosure possibilities. Remember MySpace? Top friends, top music, body type, ethnicity, and even income. Facebook, hometown, school, work, relationship status. Think about Twitter. Its character limit is 140. Facebook's character limit is 63,206. LinkedIn has many features like company information and open positions.
Many things can influence and affect self-disclosure. This includes culture and sex. Our culture also influences how and what we self-disclose, as well as communication style. For example, the West is much more direct, and the East values indirectness and self-restraint when it comes to self-disclosure. Make sure the values you present on your pages is that of a professional. In terms of sex, there is a minimal amount of wavering evidence on both ends stating sex does play a role in self-disclosure, and adversely that sex plays no role in self-disclosure.
As of now, the research for this topic is limited and relatively abstract, but growing as new mediums become available and popular. As we adopt new technology, so will we adopt new ways of disclosing ourselves. Although face-to-face has its authenticities in communication, we can see that self-disclosure in online environments comes from many key variables that affects many other dynamics of communication. Each CMC channel has its own abilities and attributes that allows us as individuals to self-disclose exactly what we want about ourselves. Online self-disclosure and self-presentation will always be a way of creating our online selves. Employers get to know this version of you first. Make sure it's someone worth meeting.